it was around the time in my career where I felt like I had all the accolades, the Grammys and all the awards and hit records, and I appreciate that, and I definitely value that and hold it in high regard. However, there were just so many things that I felt I was seeing just such a blatant disrespect for our people.
Today we have the CEO and founder of Grand Hustle Music, Grand Hustle Films, entrepreneur, businessman, husband, father, the list goes on. And as he will call it, it's the King T.I.
Now I feel like I am turning my children loose in the world that I have created for them. And I feel like, it was all for nothing.
So you need more background?
Nah, we're have a conversation.
Feel free to ask me any questions.
I will.
I ask you any question.
Okay.
You are sitting here with Fearlessly Living with Arian Simone. And you guys, if you are listening and you're enjoying this, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I have the legendary, the one and only, the icon. Yes, T.I. in the building.
Man, I thought you were talking about you, man. You hear me?
You were messing.
What's going on? Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for being here.
Right on, man. My pleasure.
Thank you for being here. And I love talking to people. When I said legendary, I meant that literally, who are living legendary.
Man.
You are iconic. We are in the Trap Museum.
That's right.
20-year anniversary, Trap Music.
Yep.
Did you know this 20 years ago?
No.
What was your vision then? Did you know you didn't know this was going to be iconic?
I mean, listen, I knew that it would be an accurate, authentic representation of the lifestyle that I was exiting and sharing the experiences that me and my partners, the people around me, had to endure and overcome to make it to that place. I knew I'd be memorializing certain experiences and just paying respects to certain people and sharing certain values and principles and morals and just codes of conduct that probably wasn't being represented at the time in music. But what I didn't count on and what I could not have anticipated was how many other people had so many similar shared experiences. And that's from the listeners who identified with the language I was speaking and the environments that I was describing and the experiences I was detailing. So many people shared in that, and also other artists who had come from similar backgrounds, how they would, take advantage of the opportunity to now share their story, to memorialize their upbringing and the people who put them in position and gave them, the moral standards and principles and the code of conduct to operate. I mean, this is not something that could have been done individually, you know what I mean? This is definitely a collective effort. Yeah, it's a collective. And
them commandments are real.
Yeah, you did. I'm just proud. Hey man, with no order there's chaos. You feel me? I'm just proud to be a part of something that means so much to so many and provided such a high standard of living for people's lives and people's families, just for generations to come. It's a pleasure. But the glory should go to God, you know what I'm saying? I'm just an instrument.
That is so true. And on the subject of even living legendary, I saw in your bio you have hashtag us or else.
Yeah.
When did you know in your career that you could use your platform for social justice?
Man, you know what? I think it was around the time in my career where I felt like I had all the accolades, the Grammys and all the awards and hit records, and I appreciate that, and I definitely value that and hold it in high regard. However, there were just so many things that I felt I was seeing just such a blatant disrespect for our people on a public political level that, I just felt like my children at the time, my daughter was probably about, she was like 18, 19 at the time. My sons was starting to drive, and now I feel like I am turning my children loose in the world that I have created for them. So I feel like if I didn't use that influence to make the world a better place, to do something that could, make the world, I had a hand in creating something that is more accepting and more, more welcoming to them, then I feel like, it was all for nothing. So it was around that time that I feel, and then, just things that happened. Like there were moments that just felt wrong that I just felt like I had to, I had to do what I could to show my disapproval, like Trayvon Martin, you know what I'm saying? Like it's so many different things that kind of had a domino effect that led to Us or Else.
What is Us or Else?
Us or Else is, well, more than anything, man, it's a mindset. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, if we ain't gonna be all right, ain't nobody gonna be all right. You know what I mean? If it ain't gonna be no respect for us, ain't gonna be no respect for nobody. And I think that is the manner in which we have been treated, and we are being treated, and I feel like, reciprocity is universal.
Mm-hmm. On the subject of that, I ran into you at the Breakfast Club.
You did? With Crump.
Yes.
Yeah, the OG.
I'm in the middle of a federal court case.
Whew, I know what that's like.
So you're going to have to help give me some advice. We're going to talk through this.
Okay.
People are accusing me of saying I'm allegedly discriminating because I invest in Black and brown women in their businesses. I run the first venture capital fund that is built by women of color for women of color.
Okay. What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
That's against the law? They made that against the law?
Nothing. Well, yeah, something like that. They have this. They said they filed a suit against us using Section 1981 of the 1866 Civil Rights Act.
Okay.
And what that says is you can't basically mix race and contract.
Well, the devil is busy.
Yes, very much so. Very much so.
I think that, man, first of all, just to argue the point of your case, if I was in that position, I would argue the point of the extreme detriment that exists in the community of not just Black and brown women, but women, period. You know what I'm saying? How much less opportunity has been available or been made available for women. And exceptions are made for exceptional circumstances. You are addressing a necessity that may not exist for everyone else. So that's not discrimination. That's targeting the affected area. You feel me? So I think, I'd probably approach it from that perspective. But they're going to have some more shit in the game, so you may as well get ready for that.
Oh, yeah.
It's coming.
Most definitely. They're using us the same way affirmative action was shut down for the colleges. They took one case, and it shut down for all the colleges.
Yeah, that's called case law.
Yep.
Yeah.
Case law, and that's what they're doing. Yeah. They're trying to shut not us down. They're trying to shut everybody down, but using us. And I don't know if people really understand the domino effects of what's going on. Right. This is talking about any type of scholarship for women, any type of scholarships for people of color, anything. It could be the HBCUs, anything dealing with race and contract or even gender. They are trying to stop all diversity, equity, and inclusion. It's an attack on that.
Okay, so I think the question would be, if there is a race or a gender that have less available to them systemically, and it has consistently shown itself to be this way, should they say that this dire need should continue to go unaddressed? Now, I'm just asking. I mean, I think that those are the questions you got to ask, because you got to put them.
That's good.
Yeah, like are you saying
we're gonna keep perpetuating this disparity? Like we're gonna keep saying this is okay.
We should accept, the downtrodden nature of the existence in this country, and we shouldn't even try to do anything to put ourselves on equal playing field. I think that when you say certain things to people and make them repeat it back to you, they hear it in their own voice, and it kind of sounds stupid to them. Maybe if I don't know, man. Some people are all right with sounding stupid, but I think y'all got y'all got a hell of a right to do, and I think that you are a blessing to those that you have been able to support, and you fighting the fight for so many, and we gonna be there with you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I know you are enjoying this episode. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Now back to the episode. And when you mentioned about the right to do something.
Yeah.
One thing that they're actually using our attorneys, and we're like loaded up on attorneys, is the First Amendment, freedom of speech.
Right. Okay.
That is the biggest argument. That argument actually won us in the district court. We're just being appealed right now.
Okay.
Because they said they had a freedom of speech. They said your money is even a freedom of speech.
Okay.
How you choose to spend your money.
You got the right to support who you feel
choose
should be
to.
supported.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they said it's a freedom of speech. So right now we're going through an appellate process because they appealed on us. They granted them this appeal. But this is the thing. If we win, it's the only court that they can go appeal us to is Supreme Court. And if we lose, we got to go defend ourselves now.
Yeah.
And I believe in the work we do. We've deployed over $26 million in investment money. We've done millions in grant money. We've raised over 50 plus million and more.
Amazing. But they ain't the money ain't froze. You can still use the money. You know what I mean?
Well, this is the thing. One of the programs actually is froze, according to the judge. It's crazy.
Okay, that's one of them, but the rest of the money, you can still move. All right, man, as long as you can
right. We are in
keep
business.
the money moving.
But that is at risk.
Because more than anything, what it is meant to be a distraction.
Correct. I've been
To
running my business
discourage
per
and
usual.
distract. Yeah.
Per usual, we've been deploying, we've been investing during this time, all of it, because I'm like, no, you ain't about to stop this business.
You got to keep pushing, man.
But the
you got
risk
to
we
keep
did
pushing.
walk
Big
in-
wheels keep rolling.
You're right. Big wheels keep rolling. I'm going to keep that going.
Yeah, Jay Prince shirt, he told me that. Got that
I had a
from
rap
him.
like contract years ago. Back when I had PR and marketing. Before I became a venture capitalist.
Yeah.
My PR and marketing company. Hilarious.
But let me just understand that. Okay, so they saying that you should not focus on not just women, but you shouldn't focus on helping, aiding, and assisting the needs of people of color.
Correct.
Okay. Okay, so the assistance comes from the necessity.
Correct.
Okay, so, and for everyone to have the same assistance or need the same assistance, we would probably have to have our existence come from the same origin. Okay, so we were brought here against our will and forced to, raped, beat, programmed to work for free and accept second-class citizenship. You know what I mean? And the effects of that still are, existing to this day. Okay, white people, bless their heart, they don't have that. You hear me? They do not have that same necessity. There's been everything done on behalf of and for white people. So I don't see how they could raise an argument that the same necessity exists. So if the necessity is not the same, well then the support can't be the same.
We're going to make it real simple. Plain as day.
I mean, you can try. You know what I'm saying? But the devil is here to distract. The devil is here to convolute the messaging. They're here to distract. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be a fight, but the greatest fights are meant for the strongest warriors.
What you trying to say? Now, I'm gonna take a note. I need to take a note from your mental fortitude. Now, I got a chance to see you go through some trials. And I don't even mean from afar. I mean from when we worked on Takers. This was definitely a time in your life.
It was.
For those listening.
Moment of testimony.
Yes.
Yeah.
But your mental fortitude is like unmatched. Like it is something so strong. I mean, at that time, this is 2000. We filmed that 2008. Came out 2010.
So yeah,
we had to wait for you to get back out.
Yeah, we filmed it in 2008. That's right.
Came out 2010.
Yep.
I even remember being on set. We got to get you community service out.
That's right.
Like, let me make sure we got kids running around.
We had kids busting.
We got a set going on
so we
downstairs.
Yeah, absolutely did.
And I'm like, but I'm watching you up close go like this. You was living through life just like this.
Yeah.
Give me a tip. What is that? Are you praying? Are you meditating? Are you working out? What is giving you this consistent, whether it's high or low, I'm here?
Man, to be honest with you, man, when you've made it through so much, it's like, okay, well, if what I've made it through already didn't break me and didn't beat me, and if if God blessed me to make it through that, then my confidence is built. This gonna be all right too. You know what I mean? And most of the times, you know, I found, I read this and then I thought about it, and it's true. I read somewhere, it say 95% of the time we worry about things that never even happen. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So to be honest with you, whether you assume it's gonna go well or assume it's gonna go bad, assuming it's gonna go bad is only gonna stress you to the point where you just gonna hurt yourself more than necessary. So once it goes good, the damage is done to your nerves and to your, you know, to your confidence. Your self-talk is gonna ripple. It's gonna linger. So you might well just assume the best and know that if God is with you, nothing else can be against you. And until something else shows me different, that's how I'm rocking.
Well, okay. Now I want to get back on just your support for women.
Okay.
And I really want to talk about your daughters.
Okay.
Because this baby girl is just taking the world by storm. Eris is everywhere. I'm like, wait, I look up, I'm like, she's singing again. I remember seeing on social when she had a vocal coach I think at like 3. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, she's staying busy, man. She stays busy.
So how is it to support your daughters in such a male-dominated industry?
To be honest with you, I never wanted them involved. I never really wanted them involved. I and not just my daughters, none of my children.
They all there now.
I know it, right?
Like, what you under?
That's what I get for wanting. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh, you didn't want them in the business?
Nah, man. I just know how much treachery, how much betrayal, how much, you know, how much of the dark side exists in this, and I never wanted to expose them to that. I always wanted them to be able to, you know, tailor make their own path and create their own motion coming from different areas, given the influence that we've already created in this industry. I wanted, like, you know, one of my kids to dive into real estate. You know what I mean?
I mean, you deep there.
So, I mean, yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying. But I should be able to hand that to them. You know what I'm saying? Also, man, I think that it's not enough lawyers, doctors, engineers, architects. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's not enough of them in the world, you know, coming from our households. We got 1,000 rappers, producers, DJs, models, actors, actresses. Not that there's anything wrong with any of this, but I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, to keep us where we need to be, to get us post-metamorphosis, you know, to allow us to evolve the way that I envision us evolving. I just feel like, you know, we need more Thurgood Marshalls. We need more Ben Crumps. We need more, you know what I mean? Like, we need more than just entertainment. We can't entertain our way out of the slump that we
That's
in.
good. We need more venture capitalists. What I do, if anybody's listening, I work in a world where it's 92% white male, and I tell people all the time, if we can diversify the investors, we can diversify the investments.
That's right. That's real.
Like, there's a reason why a majority of the funding is going the way it's going. We don't have enough of us cutting checks.
That's right.
I said we need more of us cutting checks.
Access to capital has always been, you know, the thing that you know has held access to information and access to capital.
Yeah,
has been the things that have you know plagued our community and kept us from having the same opportunities and being in the same positions as our Caucasian counterparts.
That's why they trying to stop us now.
Well, you know what I'm saying, man. Trying, man. That's what people do when they expect to fail.
I know that's right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, either you doing it or not. You know what I mean? So I feel like you guys, man, you guys have, I mean, really I feel like you have the, how can I say, you got motion on your side. Like you got the energy. The energy is swelling on your behalf because, again, of the necessity that exists in your peer group, in our peer group. You know what I mean? And they can't, that's one thing you can't argue. You can't argue against the detriment of the transatlantic slave trade, the detriment of Jim Crow, of segregation, of how, you know, people of color have been discriminated against. You can't, like, these are facts historically. You can go back to before, when calendars were created, and you see that people have been, you know, marginalizing our people And if you argue against that and say that we should not try to offset that deficit with some area of success or a resolution, you're telling us to accept a substandard existence.
If you are enjoying this experience, be sure to leave a review. You can leave a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. I look forward to receiving it. Now back to the episode. Oh yeah, it got real bold. I will tell you this though. When we were in federal district court, which is public and the transcripts are public, I mean, on their side, they tried to argue on behalf of the KKK. Like, it was that bold in there. I was like, oh, this is crazy. I was like, this is nuts. Luckily, like I said, a judge in the federal district court ruled in our favor.
Right.
Because he even asked, I can't remember what the question was, but it was something in reference to acting. Yeah. And it was clearly something that a black man played. He said, so you want to tell me, I don't know, let me think of, give me any it's like one of Denzel's characters. He said, so that was supposed to be De Niro? Like, what are you trying to tell me here? So he was trying to say, he said, people get to cast according to race if they want to do a film, a TV, or
people
anything of that nature. People get to cast
according to performance, especially when it comes, well, you can even just look at, how many white people play, Egyptian roles.
Oh, Lord.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think, who played Moses? I was looking at the story of Moses. I forgot, who was that?
Well, recently
that was it. But somebody else, they just recasted it and shot it again. But let's go with Charleston Heston. Charleston Heston played Moses. Who? Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe played Moses. I don't know if that was Russell Crowe. I'm calling cap on that. I'm calling cap on that.
I was like, I don't see Russell Crowe.
Maybe Christian Bale or somebody like that. Maybe Christian Bale.
Well, recently it was a big talk on Netflix. They have a series on African queens, and the director, a Persian woman, she cast a black woman for Cleopatra. Okay. And Jada Pinkett Smith did all the narration, and it cost.
But wait, Cleopatra was in Africa, right?
She said the biggest issue that Egyptians are having. She said, "Y'all not having an issue that I cast a black woman. Y'all having an issue that you're having to identify as African."
Yeah.
She said, "Let's start there."
I mean, I think that. Man, I think if everybody could just wrap their mind around just a little bit of reality.
Yes, thank you.
You know what I'm saying? And just begin from there. Just like, if we lived in a world where we didn't wrap our minds around the reality of us being discriminated against, us being downtrodden, we walked out and thought that we were to be dealt with the same way as our Caucasian counterpart, and that was our expectation. Man, we be dead in no time. We walk outside the door with an understanding, man, it's different from you than it is for everybody else. Yeah. So you got to deal with yourself accordingly. And if everybody could just wrap their mind around a little bit of a reality, then I think, we'll be in a better place.
Yeah, because I told them even before we went into court, I said, well, I want the same thing as the man who's suing us want. I said, I want a world where race doesn't matter.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, in this, with such a liberal society that we live in. It's such a liberal time where, you know what I'm saying, you got your different pronouns, you know what I'm saying, you got your he, she, we, they, them, you know what I'm saying. Why I would like to identify as a white man with an 840 credit score. I would like to identify that. So I'm going to go to the bank and I'm going to write my name down.
I can't with the comedian now.
And Schwartz would be my last name. And I will identify as him, and I'm gonna see what kind of opportunities I can create for myself.
I can't with the comedian right now. Oh Lord help me. Okay.
You crazy.
No, I'm serious. So you and all these thousands of careers, Mr. Comedian, all these careers. What? I heard you taking a break from one of them.
I
heard you retiring from rap.
Yeah, man. I think it's about time to dedicate time and attention to something else. I think we pretty much hammered the nail in this one.
I mean, you have done it all, but what do you plan? What's your next level of evolution? What do you plan to explore? Because it's so much.
Writing, producing, directing, film and television is one thing. Comedy, stand-up comedy is another thing. Continuing my commercial real estate endeavors, that's another thing. It's just so much, you know what I mean? Hospitality, looking at offering experiences. I want to offer experiences to our people who come from our community, simply because, you know, when you look at the power of our dollar, because they never wanted, you know, to be bothered with black people, but they always wanted to reap the benefits from our spending power. So you look at, we at, you know, trillions of dollars now, you know what I'm saying, over $1 trillion annually. That's the power of our consumer base, okay? So I just want to offer experiences to the people from our community, for the people from our community, from the people from our community, speaking the language that they understand, offering them food that, you know, is familiar to them, offering them vibes and just, you know, good times. You know, I know what a person that comes from this generation, a person that I know what kind of hotel room he want to stay in, I feel like. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like I know what kind of shoes he want to wear, what kind of clothes he want to wear, what kind of car he like to buy. I feel like I know all of these things, and it's not enough. Given our buying power, it isn't enough made in our favor. You know, it isn't enough made in our favor simply because it ain't enough of us making stuff. So I want to find other ways to offer experiences and commodities to our community.
That's beautiful.
Well, thank you.
That's beautiful.
I appreciate it.
Some of the kids, they're gonna pick some of that up.
I hope so.
I got faith.
I hope so.
No, I do have faith, and you invest a lot though.
I do my best.
You know,
and get what? Ain't no venture capitalists ever gave me no money. You hear me? Ain't got no
that's
money,
why I became one, because ain't nobody give me none
Well,
either.
hurry up and give me some before they get it from me. Hurry up and give me some while you still can. It is not too late.
While you still can, I'm gonna keep being able to.
Okay.
Too.
Yeah. If we got anything to do with it.
I know that's right. But no, you do invest.
I
you
do
invest. You even mentioned investment to me one time. We was up at Bar Vegan. You was talking about investment.
Okay. I mean, man, you know, man, my spiel is my spiel, man. I feel like, you know.
Well, what makes you invest? Is it the product? Is it, because I'm an investor, so is it the founder? Is it the product? Is it the deal?
I love a deal. I love a deal. I love doing deals, negotiating deals, finding deals, turning a bad deal into a good deal. I love just the opportunity to turn nothing into something. You know what I'm saying? To take something that everybody else walked back and forth past and didn't nobody have no idea of what to do with this, taking that and making it something that everybody else finds attractive after I'm done with it. And I have, you know, I've been fortunate enough to read enough and be introduced to enough people that have shared, you know, the fact with me that money, as much fun as we have with it and as useful as it is a tool.
It's a tool.
It's an instrument.
It's a tool.
And so, you know, if you have money, then the greatest thing you could do with this tool, you know, to optimize the benefit of it, is to use it to get you some more. And you can't do that with it sitting in the bank. You can't do that, you know, buying depreciating assets and focusing on fun all the time. So just as much fun as you focus on, just as much as you ball, you're going to have to figure out a way to utilize the tool of income, you know what I mean? And I do it by investing.
No, so it's real estate, you would say, probably your favorite for investing?
It's probably one of the most lucrative, you know what I'm saying? I think my favorite investment is me.
I know,
you know
that's
what I mean?
right.
Investing in me, you know what I'm saying? Taking my money.
That is your best investment.
Taking my money and putting it into something that only I believe in, that nobody else can. Like, for instance, what you're sitting in right now, a trap music museum. If I had to wait on a venture capitalist group, or if I had to wait on a financial institution to see what I'm saying, looking at the black and white of it all, trying to find comps in the area and all this stuff, this would never exist. You feel me?
That is so true.
And I'm not finna just wait on nobody else to give me some money to do what I already know that I can do. You know what I mean? So that's my favorite investment. You know what I'm saying? Like proving people wrong who can't see what I see when I'm seeing it. And you know, but I think that one of my most lucrative investments is real estate. Definitely.
Yeah, I did the micro home community, the one in College Park.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
I've been seeing them pop
The
up.
South Park one, Techie Homes.
I haven't seen it, no. But I've been seeing the tiny home communities. So how much acreage do you need to do that?
You don't need much. I think we did it with 3 acres.
3 acres?
His name's Booker Washington.
Okay.
He came to my house, and I wanted to build a tiny one backyard. And I said, okay, well, what's your dream?
Mm.
And then he told me what he wanted to do, and I introduced to some people. Next thing you know, we had 30 homes sold in about 45 days.
What?
And all we had to do was start.
Remind me to tell you my dreams. I got some dreams. Before you get out of here, just remind me.
No.
You know what I'm saying? No, just remind me.
We took a rundown house.
Don't let me forget now.
I won't let you forget.
All right.
We took a rundown house.
Y'all heard it.
We took a rundown house in College Park. It was only $150,000.
Right.
I think I put in $25,000 just to make 6 figures. Boom, just like that.
You see what I'm saying? Look at the beauty of that.
Yes.
That's a good day.
Just boom.
That's a good day.
I was like,
boom.
oh, well, great.
And then, but you doing it, you playing with the house money. You see what I'm saying? See, I do this for bread and meat. I don't win, I don't eat.
That wasn't the venture capital.
Oh, that was your money?
Yeah, that was my money.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, you were slumming it then, like me. You know what I'm saying?
That was my money.
But it feels different, though. Mm-hmm. It has a different feeling. It's more rewarding when it's your own bread.
It is.
Yeah.
It definitely.
But I don't know what the other thing feel like, so I'm gonna wait on you to share that with me. I don't know what the other thing feel like.
Well, you have to have a woman of color co-founder.
I got
one. I got that.
Got plenty. Got plenty on. Got plenty.
I knew you was gonna say I got one.
Last generation, this generation, next generation. You know what I mean?
But I do, as an angel investor, I invest in so many black male businesses. I invested in Music Breaker. Nas invested in it too. A whole bunch of people went in on a business. But I do, as an angel investor, I invest in a lot of businesses. I
think it's dope that, because I've known you, man, back when we were both,
2000.
Nothing. 2000, nothing. You hear me?
I remember when I think it may have been 05-ish when I first met you.
Man, I think it was before then.
Woo.
I think it was before then, man.
It was before Dro had even popped. It was you playing Dro somewhere.
And we always cross paths.
It's about 20 years.
Yeah, man, by the dub. And I remember just seeing, your evolution and how many pivots you made, and how tenacious you have remained on your path. And, it's dope to see you, you know what I'm saying, find yourself in a position where you actually doing what you love for a living and helping others while doing it. That's dope.
Thank you.
Right on.
Thank you. That just touched my heart.
Right on.
Well, we're going to wrap this up. My last question to you, is what is your legacy?
That ain't for me to say. You know what I mean? What my legacy is, it ain't for me to say.
I like that.
I think God put me here, man, to serve a purpose. And I think the effort, the activity around me, the things I've done, the people that I've helped and inspired, and you know what I mean? I think all that gonna speak for me. I don't need to say what my legacy is.
I love that.
Right on.
Well, y'all have heard it here. Fearlessly Living with Arian Simone. If you enjoyed this, like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, that part. Now, here, let me talk to you about my dreams.
About your dreams?
I got this big one, right?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you.